Okay, so you're probably not as annoyed by this fact as I am. And to be fair, I'm probably the only one who even notices it. But on the stream starting screen, there is a an image in the lower left corner of a moon. It's the image for the song cover, single cover, whatever, for the theme song, which is a Creative Commons song being used with attribution. And I don't rely solely on the image for the attribution. There is an attribution there on the screen as well. But it's very annoying when I realize as I'm coming in for actually streaming that the attribution was missing. Or at least the album cover was missing. The single cover, whatever you want to call it. And that just happened. And it's very annoying. I don't know what's going on, if it's an OBS thing, if I need to reset up the song. Also, quick poll, not saying that it will definitely happen, because I am trying to use Creative Commons, and I do like the song that we've had for the last few years. In part, I like the fact that it is wolf themed. The song is I think it's She Wolf of My Dreams is the name of the song. I'd have to go and double check, but it's been a while. Should I look and see if I can find a different wolf themed song that I like? Do you guys want to have the option to submit? And clear note here, it has to be Creative Commons or something that you yourself wrote and want to give me permission to use. I do not want to have any issues with like the future of the channel having somebody say that the music that I use is A, not attributed, and B, is like copyrighted in some way that would prevent me from using it. Okay. Yeah, similar title. That's you're probably right. That does sound much closer to what I remember. It's just been a really long time since I paid any actual attention. I will say that the artist who created the song, if you are ever out here watching the stream, thank you so much for making that Creative Commons. It has, in my opinion, been a wonderful part of my streaming so far. Thank you very much. I don't know necessarily that I want it to be something that I like better. I really do like what we have. I don't remember how long I spent picking it out either. Or even the website where I got it. Just that it's been part of the stream for literally years. Since before I was an affiliate. Probably right around the time that I first started using, like, really using themes. Layovers. Overlays, sorry. Layovers. I can see how the term layover came out of my head like that. Or out of my mouth. So not even... Am I red? And not just because of the white balance. I think I might be red. I remember looking at a website like where they had whole lists of Creative Commons songs. But I don't remember the website anymore, and it was before I started really thinking about the fact that, hey, I should pay attention to where I get things and how they work and all of this and that and the other thing. Just like I technically own like 3 or 4 more overlays. Purchased almost all of them from Nerd or Die. Not to throw out, you know, names or anything. I would love to have somebody make a much more me-related overlay. Something where I could feel like it was really, truly me. But at the same time, the nice thing about Nerd or Die is that they make and do so much with so many that they can put them out there for less. Whereas having somebody create a whole new overlay, especially an animated overlay like this, would probably cost me a couple $100. But yeah. All right. So anyways, I'm still on vacay from work, so I don't really have any like things to gripe about or anything like that. Although with all this time off, my imposter syndrome has decided to rear its ugly head, and I'm like, I'm going to get back from work and they're going to know that I'm not really what I say I am, and everything's going to be terrible. Or at least I feel like I'm not really what I say I am. It's been a real problem for me for the longest time. And if you can't tell, I'm playing with my finger again because I put a liquid bandage on it again. Hence the discoloration and super shininess. The skin that was underneath of the blister that had hardened, that I removed, that skin has also hardened and has less feeling than my other fingertips. So I think there might actually be some mild nerve damage to my fingertip. But I'm trying to, maybe if I keep it covered, if I can keep myself from picking off the freaking... The problem is it gets really hard, and there's no way for me to really, like... It's kind of like having a hard plastic shell on my finger. Not very pliable. Probably because I put more than 5 layers on. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Let's go ahead and hop on in. Assuming that I can get all of the secrets when I finish going through Legacy of Kain Blood Omen for the second time, I probably will not go super hunting, because there are several places where I have more than once sat and waited for 4 in-game days to wait for a moon door to open. So we may not, I hope, have to do that. Ooh, excuse me. Also, officially, Happy New Year, everybody! Welcome to 2025. We've got 3 weeks. And then, stuff's going to hit the fan. Anyways, let's go into this boss fight. I'm like 99% sure this is a boss fight.
Sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy.
Oh, no, it's not quite the boss fight yet. It's a similar courtyard, though. There is a big thing in this courtyard we have to fight. I thought it felt awful early. Real quick, before I fucking forget. That's interesting. I thought I had changed the volume. It did. The screen was lying to me. I had it down to 30%. Which means it would be even more quiet for you guys. Oh, this guy hasn't even gotten to attack yet. And of course, now I've used all of my special attacks. This fight, by the way, your first time through, kinda sucks. A, he likes to teleport, and B, he is awfully strong. Get him. Stop trying to use Demi on me! Where'd you go? Stop.
This is the Agora, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
Well, at least he's dead. Oh yay, high potion.
Where are they?
Okay, this is where we're supposed to fight Slip. Not yet, but this is the arena where we fight him.
These creatures. Does Ultima's reach extend this far? What the hell is going? Where is your master? What does he want?
I don't think they can answer you, Clive. Not least of all because you're slicing into them. I actually thought about him as I was saying that. Okay, and here comes Slipner.
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt, and now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled.
His hair reminds me of a horse's
I am
mane.
Sleipnir of House Harvard. And you will yield. Or not. As long as you don't hold back.
All yours, Torgal. Attack!
Also, if you know your mythology, you'll know actually who this character is. I will admit it took me a while to figure it out. Where the fuck did you disappear to?
This one.
Hey, Faelyn, Happy New Year! Oh, come on. What do I get for trying to continue to play while I get a drink?
All yours, Torgal. Then I'll trick. Fuck.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes! Yes!
Virgil has apparently primed without me.
One is seldom enough. Would you not agree?
I can hear him supposedly taking damage, but he didn't take any damage.
Too slow. Nice try.
Ah, shit, 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 shit.
Guess we're all ready. This one.
I did not finish filling my limit gauge. I panicked.
Over here!
More! Give me more!
And now he's nowhere to be seen, so he's not taking any damage for this one. But I still got healed for it.
More!
Of course, then I promptly took damage.
All yours, Torgal. Get him.
Mythos. The vessel is strong. My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Prisoner Zero has escaped.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
He has crazy eyes.
Get back.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
Men.
Clive!
You are as weak as all the rest.
Joshua!
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry! Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You got mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the Royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. The Iron Hair wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Okay, I still want to know. Oh, okay. That's why. Because we're down here. I'm like, how the fuck is this ship in the hideaway? Because it's not in the hideaway.
All right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Did he? I know you said you wanted to talk to Otto. I didn't hear Gav say anything about Otto.
We've tomes aplenty to guide you in your search.
Oh, hey, remember we were talking about Oscar?
My Lord Marquis, I heard about Eastpool. That some of my fellow guardians are to build a new home there, both for themselves and for Madame Martha's bearers. Is it true?
It's true. The village is to be rebuilt.
I have many fond memories of Eastpool. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. They would lavish attention upon me as if I were the son they never had. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but not nearly as often as I should have.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist Sir Wade in the rebuilding efforts.
But my lord, my training is not yet complete. I couldn't possibly.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters, but I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Go. Be with your aunt. Rebuild
though she
her
may be.
home. Is what she would have wanted.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Side note, he never disappears from this spot. I don't know why, but none of their signatures look like the way they spell their names. Apparently, Quentin does not approve of beer. We have the hanged man sign from Quentin's establishment now. And a continental censer. Which they're used for burning incense, generally. Oh, it's from Sharon. Karen. It's from Karen.
If it's knowledge you
Speaking
seek.
of Karen, let's
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He were true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to.
Okay, now can I fucking refill my potions?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best stock up while you can. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Is that all?
Yes, that's all.
Cole said it was an army of Akashic. What will happen to me?
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with a
Ooh, 2 new hunts. Chocobo and the man in black. I think I know where both of those are. Without having to look them up. It's just a, I think, statement. I'm not positive.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are.
Oh, man in black. That took me entirely too long. For some reason, my brain went straight to the chocobo, trying to figure out how the wild chocobo had anything to do with Johnny Cash. But no.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
There is. Did you go come over here and get a treat? Did you come over and get treats? You gotta come over here. Yeah? And see if she can tolerate the smell of the liquid bandage. She wasn't too happy about it earlier today. I was trying to put her collar on, and she's like, no, cannot do. Get your finger away from my face. Of course, that was a few hours ago, so. Oh my, really? Yeah. You get another one? Oh. The heart? The forehead? Mama's head? That's a paw. Have you head? That's a paw. Put a head? No, that's the other paw. Put a head? Good girl. Girl. Oh my goodness gracious. Hers. Her one. Up. Her up. Girl, head. Good girl. Okay, that deserves an extra one. You're a good girl, Coda. Have you? Coda doesn't care. Her no care.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with a kashik and the valleys are full of ether?
Oh, indeed.
Okay. Chocobo. I'm going strictly off of memory here.
The free city's under siege.
Let's go.
No, this feels wrong. Or am I just second guessing myself?
This might take a while.
No, it won't. We're just gonna run right through them. Okay. I know that the chocobo is in the desert.
Time to fight.
Oh no, not the
No
heiress.
mistakes.
Or Avis, or whatever the... No, this is wrong.
Enough of you, are there?
There is a hunt that happens right there. Pretty sure the town that I'm accidentally riding towards isn't open yet. Or am I once again misremembering things? I'm probably misremembering things. That happens all the fucking time.
If the hills around my home are crawling with the King's Akashic, I keep the gates closed too.
The place we're going is, I think, right here. So I definitely went the wrong way out of Tabor. It's either right there or right here. Let's go back to Tabor and check right here first. 'Cause I swear that I get there from Tabor.
The free city's under siege.
No, this is where the pack was. Now there's just an Avis. And a little, oh, look at the little lizards. They're so cute. Never mind. Shut up, Faye. So it has to be there. It doesn't help when everything looks the same.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with. We have a hard time putting this...
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch. Perhaps.
Let's go.
Yeah!
I do not like that I have to hold down R2. Right trigger, whatever you want to call it, depending on your controller knowledge, in order to run. If you get on a chocobo, you should assume that it's running. You shouldn't have to be like at walking speed.
No mistakes.
Did I go too far? I think I went too far. I did. Do I have to go back through there? Oh, good lord. It's been a long time since I did any horseback riding in Assassin's Creed. I kind of, sort of get it for Assassin's Creed, because sometimes you run or ride through, yeah, this is the right area. You ride through settlements, but literally when you get to a settlement, they kick you off of your chocobo.
Straight home now.
It looks like a macaw. Also, please note, you cannot stagger
That's like no chocobo
this
I've ever
particular
seen.
mob.
Something tells me it won't be easily broken. Get him!
It's a really pretty chocobo. I actually kind of wish this had been Ambrosia's colors. Also, all of a sudden, I just want some ambrosia salad. I haven't even had ambrosia salad in an age and a half.
Over here!
Damn it! I almost got a perfect kill on this one, too.
Poor beast. There was nothing I could do.
Okay, the other one is on the way from Lost Reach, or Lost Wing, to North Reach. North Branch? North Reach. North Branch is a city in Minnesota. I really hope I'm remembering this right.
You're finished. Now, Torgal! Over here! Sicker! Go, Torgal!
You're evil. Okay, maybe not evil, but... God bless it, where is the fucking... We went the wrong way. This is where I'm trying to get to. We're doing our open hunts and then we're going to continue doing the story. We just took out a very colorful chocobo. Think chocobo, but colored like a macaw. Red macaw, specifically. I kind of wish that was Ambrosia's color.
Good girl.
Yep, that is not right. I mean, that's where I put down my marker, but that does not right. All right. New thought. Back to Lost Wing. Through the cellar.
Back to the stables, girl.
No one can even live in fucking Lost Wing right now. But because it's a settlement, I can't ride through it. This is what happens when I try to just straight up remember where the hunts are instead of looking it up. Alright, after checking 3 separate locations, here's the man in black.
Pardon
me.
Let me and my importer
Purge them of their sin!
How about no?
You'll regret doing my mother's bidding.
Hold still!
That was a mid fucking what the fuck?
Nice try. Over here!
Ow!
Your work here is done.
Good lord, I don't even want to think about how much money I have. Aww. Coda's baby teeth are in a small box of rocks, but I don't remember where I said box of rocks
How are
is
we
at the
supposed to
moment.
do our duty when the hills are crawling with a
Okay.
kashik in the valleys
Oh,
of
do not tell me.
How indeed.
Okay, good.
My men and I lost an
Mid.
entire
I'm supposed to
day
go see
avoiding
mid.
a
That's
flood
what I was
that wasn't
supposed to
there
say.
a fortnight ago.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, then... Do you think Mid's ship will ever sail? This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking. What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
I know this is your hideaway, but you really shouldn't be in here. If Mid caught you rifling through her research, she'd have your head. Then mine for letting you.
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Alembics gonna help us make. Just you wait, Sid. Just you wait!
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
She's fine.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar.
I don't.
I wonder if it was Mid's. Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
That does not look like he wrote Sid. Or Sidolphus. Or Telemon.
Sid's best invention. Huh. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
I think personally that sounds like a pretty good idea. Might be a semi-expensive idea, depending on how important you feel breeding is, but...
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, then
everyone in court is over.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's been there to teach her how to be a house-trained dog, how to be part of your family. And Dottie will be there with Onyx to help baby brother in the same fashion. It makes house training a lot easier when there's already a house-trained dog in the house. I really want to look, and I suppose that's something that I would have to talk to Darth about, because I know that it wouldn't be something that would be okay here. But I would like to eventually adopt or from a breeder get a Malamute. I would prefer to get a puppy, because I like to... I've had Coda in my life for 12 years. She's my baby. She'll always be my baby. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on the idea of adopting adult dogs. I really am not. But there is also definitely something to be said for having your animal from when they are a puppy. And especially since what I want a Malamute. I really do. But they're big dogs. And introducing a puppy to a house full of cats is easy. Introducing an adult dog, or even a juvenile, to a house full of cats is less so. Even though said cats have their claws. I still worry about Coda around the cats. Still worry about, I'm sure they've got their claws, but one of these days something's going to happen. Coda's going to sniff too hard. They're going to swipe. She's going to grab one of them by the head. And that worries me. Also, it's not to say that I'm not a cat person. I like cats. I just really like having a dog in my life. I've had lots of cats over the years. And the only dogs who've ever been in my life are my mom's dog, Tabitha, who passed away 25 years ago, and Coda.
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with a kashik and the valleys are full of ether?
Also, if I were to get a cat, I would want a legitimate Maine Coon or a Norwegian forest cat or a ragdoll. I like big breeds. Except when it comes to dogs. When it comes to dogs, I like medium to medium large.
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
They totally broke it.
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
Don't push all the buttons.
Well. All right, out of the way. There's something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Who's a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left.
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
I'm surprised he stood up or allowed her to call him a
If that
prince.
fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Like, I think he hardly tolerates being called the Marquess.
Here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Especially since, well, I suppose his brother is technically the Archduke.
Cole said it was an army of Akashic. What will happen to Mid and the others?
She can't kick this up. Glory to Griga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
I know better than to order Taya to do anything. But I'll speak to her.
Oh, thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did.
Give me my control back.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia. It's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Taya. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
I will.
If only American
We have
medicine would
all the
recognize
ingredients
that.
we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
That doesn't make any sense.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
Spiders don't have tear ducts. Actually, Homo sapiens are, as far as I know, some of the only animals who can cry. Most mammals have nictitating membranes.
Then
Your actually the little pink thing in the corner of your eye is what's left of humanity's nictitating membrane.
Heard you were in Canva fetching young Ned.
Look at how green this place has gotten. Vines crawling up everything. Little plants starting to sprout.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Yes.
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know, but hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
I know where that fight is.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria. Why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
Told you guys to pay attention to this area. Because I think it was my second playthrough where I realized that it actually changes.
Then we need to make certain that he's a surly soaker.
It still says
If it's
that there's
knowledge
a
you
plus
seek,
over there.
we've tomes aplenty to guide you in your search.
Paul said it was an army of Akashic. What will happen to Mid and the others?
They'll be fine as long as Sid is.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. It's half of that. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit,
Worried about him. And you want my advice.
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
August's voice should have been at least a little deeper. Just a personal thing. Okay, Nectar, show me where it's at. Okay. Now we have to talk to Blackthorn. Then we'll go kill Carrot. And then we'll work on the other stuff.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again. Oh, ain't you got better things to do with your time?
No.
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together, back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters, because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride, and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Karava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
Okay, where am I running to? That's silly. We don't need to run anywhere. Oxcar. Nope. It's not the docks. Three reads, that's the one. I don't think 3 reads was an option, though.
just any mortal, could it? Right then.
It hurt Torgal!
Over here!
Too slow.
Go for it!
Ow. I just noticed the name of this quest. You can't read it because it's underneath of my head. It's please sir, can I have some marble?
That was definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
No, that's gonna wait a second. Okay. And you would expect to find a Kashik in here now that it's not a proper settlement anymore. But there's nothing. It's just empty. Not that it really matters to me because I'm not getting experience points anymore, but still.
Ready, go? Run like the wind. Rodrigo could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls.
Whoa.
Be safe.
Right. Trying to fight from Chocobo back sucks.
Over here! This one! Go, Torval!
Alright. Facing the wrong way to switch that over to another thing. And they got too far away. They got to get all their life back. That's not fair.
Kill! Get him! Go, Torval! Attack! Sick him! Now, Torval!
Wish I could better understand the way that it decides when and how to use that. Sure, now that there's almost no...
Enough.
Hopefully one will be enough.
Yes, you are right. Give me just a second. Hey, go to the butt. Go to the butcher doodah. Happy McGee. Coda. Did you want a treat? Does that puppy want a treat-o? Coda. Papa la doodah. I do that, Papa do. Is you gonna come over here and get a treat? Yeah. He's gonna come and get all the treats? Are we turning up treats because of Mama's finger? Or do you just not want that? Just being persnickety. If I'd have been paying attention, though, I would have noticed before going and fighting Carrot. Oh. Has it pop? Has it utter pop? Pop? That's your head. Put a pop? So that's head. Pop? Utter pop? Utter what? That's your head. That's your utter pop? Is it fantastic utter pop? Can I have a head? Your mama head? Oh. Is he waiting? Is he supposed to get an extra one? Mama made you did trickses, so now Mama's gotta give you extras, because Mom keeps thinking about having you do tricks after. I love you. Really does not like this finger right now. The discoloration is because I added a little bit of my clove-infused rubbing alcohol to the liquid bandage, which is also probably why it cures so hard. But I don't think she likes the clove smell. That way. Which means going this way first.
The free city's under siege. Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Want to die? No, I don't want to die. Do you want to die?
Kicked down already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
We have a hunt in here later, too.
Much obliged.
If I remember right.
So this is Dravozd. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Sultan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. It'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
The forge on the hill?
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut your hole.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back yet?
Just hoping the chief was...
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
What a jerk.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something. This keeps up.
Also, he's forcing bearers to use their gift.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravosh won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
The way I
Hold on,
see it, it's
Blackthorn.
Blackthorn's decision.
Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravosh will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two with you, August.
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Karava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
That's something that Clive excels at. Let's go hunting. Nope, don't care, big kitty cat. Another big... Oh, no, that's a bighorn. Looks like a cat from a distance, though. That's why we usually use ambrosia.
Let's make this quick, shall we? Back.
Over here!
I'm only 34 levels higher than it. This should be easy.
Finished.
That was fast.
I dare say that would be enough for a decent set of bellows. Let's go.
Alright, this time we won't get slowed down.
No mistakes.
Gosh darn it.
I can walk from here.
What's this all about then?
Don't know. Some...
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said.
Do you
That
know?
thing you've built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You've saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pit coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
How can we get you to forgive him?
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Real quick. We can turn everything in.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltanes. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pico Cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've tomes aplenty to guide you in your search.
Those tomes.
Cole said it was an army of Akashic. What will happen to Mid and the others?
Thank goodness you're back. Taya looks like she's about to collapse.
Is this what you needed?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
Not hard to prevent the crystal's curse.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Taya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor, back in the Southern Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents, to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next. never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service, but my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
All right. Off to the garden.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, then
everyone in Port Isolde is in danger.
Sid! Heard you were in Canva fetching young Med.
I think it's weird that everybody at the hideout calls Clive Sid. It's one thing for the world at large to call him Sid, but at the hideout, it's weird.
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Here. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once.
Look, the whole garden's in frickin' bloom.
It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid, you've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this vial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
I think that is the last one for that.
Well, then we need to make certain that he's a surly soaker.
Clive. Go on,
Karen.
then. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Okay. Did I seriously forget to finish this quest up here?
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed. And Taya, try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
What? Why did I think you were Torgal?
Oh, indeed.
No, it's not time yet. It's like another 12 minutes. Wrong way.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. All done?
You don't need any ability points, thank you very much. That's another reason that it's really important to do your side quests. That's how you get your ability points for getting all of your
If it's
skills
knowledge you
unlocked.
seek, we've tomes aplenty to guide you in your search.
Wait, we are just filling up. Only one new one, though. And that is the medicine chest from Tarja. No new missives. Oscar is still here.
Trouble with your gear, or...
Sort of, but not really.
So, what it be?
Let's see here. So no matter what, we end up using this flawless insignia.
No scratches, right? Yeah, that should do you.
Looks like we already have that. We already we already had one of these too, so. I swear we just got a recipe for Ouroboros of some variety.
Not my best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that should do you.
Why did I think that,
You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do.
So yeah, the +3 is as high as it goes.
Should last you a good while.
Ultima is what we're using right now, I think. If I remember right. There we go. Reinforce Ouroboros. I don't have the stone tongue. Okay. But I already have one of these, so it's not like... Why for the jump scare? Because I like to. Because it's fun.
That it? Fine.
I'm more making fun of myself there, Linux, than you.
Still alive.
I knew the I knew the answer, and I asked the question anyways.
Coin purse weighing you down. Is that all?
A Song of Hope. Return to the Ironworks. Okay. And you thought it was needed. Alright, well, I don't really want to go to the Ironworks right now because I'm pretty sure that that will result in a cutscene. So, I guess we will go ahead and save. And assuming that the guys aren't interested in doing scrapping tomorrow, we'll plan on this instead. If they are interested in scrapping, we'll do lethal. And yeah, other than that, we have one thing left to do. Go to McPoocherton. I mean, it's either us scrapping or being scrapped. One or the other is going to happen if we're playing lethal. Well, my phone. Florida. Right. Assuming that the guys want to do it. Papi McDoodle. Are you gonna get treats? Or yawn? Yeah? Did you go come here and get some treats? You are? Yeah? We're getting close to official story end. Is it? But we also have two not side quests, two DLC to go through, and some other minor stuff to do. So she's licking her bed, and not the fluffy part of the bed. I think that's her telling us that that's enough. Is it time to be done? Are we all done? Yeah? You say good night? And Quita say good night? No good night? I love you, puppy. Alright, guys. Thank you so very much for being here. And I apologize. I just did the thing that I've been trying not to do. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it so much. Sleep tight. Don't bite. And we will see y'all in the next stream. Bye-bye.